From 23dB Production Studios in the Garden State, New Jersey, this is The Art of Music Tech with your host, Fela and Denis.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, and welcome to the Art of Music Tech premiere podcast. Very first one. I'm your host, Fela.
And I'm Denis. Hello.
All right. We are mixing partners. We own a business called 23dB Productions, where we mix for people, master, record, all that good stuff.
Create great content.
Create great content, exactly, for manufacturers, for different gear people. This podcast is a culmination of all the stuff that we do, and we wanted to be able to talk a little bit more about what we do long form, and giving people tips and tricks and the latest gear that they should check out. And we're putting an emphasis on showing you stuff that's affordable and that you can use in your basement recordings, those bedroom recordings, bathroom
producers.
Yes, all that good stuff that's really the bedrock of music right now. I mean, a lot of stuff is coming out of very small rooms now. And we just wanted to highlight the gear and the places to check out, because there are a lot of small gear places that have just mighty stuff that sounds on par to all of the stuff you've heard a million times. But we wanted to give it a place that you could hear it. And as a production team, doing the recordings and stuff, we also produce music together as well, and we've done it with other artists and our friends in the industry as well, which you'll hear that
very soon
as well, because Denis is the guitarist for us, so
I get to write some music too. And yeah, we can actually start from our background, and I'll let Fela lead.
Okay. I'll start off. Well, I've been mixing for about 16 years in the live realm and studio as well. The concentration on studio has been a little bit more over the past 4 years, but I'm from the small town of Sherrall, South Carolina, also home of Dizzy Gillespie, another jazz great. And from there, I went to Full Sail University now, and graduated from there about 16 years ago. And I've been going at it ever since, starting off in South Carolina. I was at the House of Blues for about a year, cut my teeth, learned how to really wrap cable quickly. And from there moved on to Miami, where I worked at the Arturo Sandoval Jazz Club, mixing front of house, doing some monitors there, and as well as a club that's still going in Fort Lauderdale, Revolution Live. Did monitors, cut my teeth on the bigger shows, 2,000 and 3,000 seat venues. What to do in a big show. I learned from there and from some other great engineers along the way. And then after being in Miami for about 4 years, I moved to New Jersey, where I've been for the past 9. And that was where I started to mix front of house for Christian McBride. Shout out to him on his 6th Grammy win not too long ago.
Congrats.
Big ups, boss. I'm now going all around the world with him. Literally, we were in Russia and South Africa just last year, and looking forward to an Asia tour this year. And with his, the 6th Grammy is with his big band, which we're going out to Europe for 3 weeks. And I think they're going to kick it off in New York as well at the Jazz at Lincoln Center. So we do stuff with him. I'll record on the road with him under the 23dB banner of recording. We just work constantly. And we wanted to share what we do, because we get the questions, and just wanted a place to send people. And that kind of leads into Dennis and how we came about about 3-4 years ago. Actually, 4 years ago now.
2014?
Yeah, 2014. Dennis reached out. Actually, I had mixed him in 2010 in Brooklyn at a small club. That was back when I had first kind of moved to New York myself and was getting my footing. And I randomly answered to a post on Craigslist about mastering because I wanted to get back into studio, which I'm doing now, and be able to master something with, and he needed it to be done for free. So nobody could be mad when you're asked to be done something for free. And if I made a mistake, he couldn't be too mad. So I was like, all right, let's try something out. And then it turned out that we had met each other before at the club. So that was very interesting and random. And then we met each other again the day before Sandy. He had a show with his band. And then the day after, some of your equipment got destroyed in that storm. So we kind of lost touch for about a year after that. And on Facebook, I got a message from Dennis that he had gotten some new equipment, and if I was interested in recording. I was like, live. I'm interested in doing some live recordings. And he said, okay. And we've continued from there, doing everything from live recordings to studio recordings to creating content and video for audio manufacturers as well. So our relationship has just grown from this recording thing to just an all-around production thing. And that's kind of my story leading up to meeting Dennis.
All right. I am from Kazakhstan. I was born there. I was born in USSR, actually, but this country doesn't exist anymore. Early 2000, I started playing guitar, and Red Hot Chili Peppers were popular. So all the rock and roll, I could learn how to play on acoustic guitar, and that was kind of fascinating to me. I started recording to my really old computer through a DVD player with karaoke microphone. And I recorded 30 or 40 songs, and I was very impressed by, technology. You can do it now. How can I improve all of this? 2007, I moved to New York with a drummer, and we formed a band. We've been together for 7-8 years. We played every small or big venue in New York. That was exciting. That's how I met Fela. I was always interested in recording, but also, getting better at my instrument, getting better or other things. And one night, I reached out to Fela. I turned 30 in February, and then beginning of April or end of March, we had that conversation, chat via Facebook Messenger, and we met next morning. We were like, okay, can we meet up tomorrow? Like, yeah, what time? And yeah, that's how we started 23dB Productions. And then we realized that we want to do our first gig together. Then we were on the path of creating our own business. One day, April 23rd, 2014, we thought of starting business together and, create a company that provides a lot of great services and with a unique approach and touch and fresh vision.
Yeah. I mean, from day one, we've been kind of gear nerds. Of course, like most of us in audio.
Yeah, what's better? Can we improve recording? Can we improve even to a pick, guitar pick, or strings? Can we improve that?
Yeah.
Patch cable, can we improve that?
Yeah. I mean, every bit of your system really needs to can use
if you
a
scratch
looking
the
at.
surface,
Yeah.
if you look deeper, dig deeper,
Exactly. Power cables, everything matters. Everything in your system.
every single cable.
Yeah, it's the truth. It just turns your mix from day to night. Live you can miss it a little bit, but studio is just so undeniable, to hear.
Especially when you wear headphones and you hear everything.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but you still want to get great quality
Yeah.
recording and be on par with, industry standard mixers and, when it comes to mastering, all that stuff. But nowadays you're able to do that in your bedroom.
Oh yeah. Again, this is what we're doing this for is for the people that are creating in small spaces, which we do as well. I mean, we do a lot of our mixes out of Dennis's apartment, so noise levels can't be that high, but I mean there's a lot of gear.
Yeah, you just use small
That
speakers.
stays within your comfort zone and within you staying in your place, but still get the work done. And we're going to feature that and do it cost effectively, is the bigger issue as well. So, speaking about gear, we just
And
came
that's
from
what we need
the
to
biggest.
provide a great service or great quality.
Uh,
You
it-
have to have
Yeah,
great gear.
great gear.
It's a must.
Exactly. And we went on quite the scavenger hunt at the 2018 NAMM, which is the National Association of Music Merchants convention, and just floors and floors and miles of gear.
I thought it was 3. You said it's 4 soccer stadiums.
Yeah. Yes.
That's enormous.
It's enormous, just packed with big names and small names in the audio world and music world.
And sometimes those brands, they're not very, you don't see them on the market. If you're in the consumer market,
yeah.
consumers, period, sometimes they don't see those products, but they're still great.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't get featured in the Sweetwaters and the big.
Yeah, the
You know.
advertisement.
Yeah, because
Magazine.
that's very expensive to be in those magazines and
expensive.
stuff. But yeah, that's why we want to be the conduit of showing you the manufacturers that we've been able to research and find. Just, I mean, all over the world. I mean, as well as the United States. So.
You really connect with them and understand, the history and the story behind and the idea behind their brand and what they're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Some young companies, they produce great stuff.
Oh,
Every year they consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we thought about, be somewhat nerds, but still, let other people, we all have to start where we at.
Exactly.
You don't really, we don't have $8,000 mics, and sometimes we can't afford that.
Yeah.
But there are other brands and other options for $700, and you can make it sound as good as $8,000
Mm-hmm.
by
Yeah.
doing some research, maybe at a decent preamp and decent cable, and make it sound big. That's
Yeah.
something that, yeah.
And even down to the software, which
So
we
how you gonna process it afterwards?
which we ran into a company we've been using since day one. Since I got with you, you were using
I already knew
Acoustic
about them.
audio, man. That was over 4
They
years ago.
They were super underground company.
Yeah. Out of Italy. Acoustica Audio. They just rolled out the Ruby, which is their algorithm version, which actually it bears the name of DW Fern, which is no other software bears the name of DW Fern, because
Right.
he didn't let them use that name.
Few big names approached him, right? And he said no. Well, I mean, he wasn't satisfied with what he heard.
Their versions, yeah.
But Acoustic Audio, And they have a booth at NAMM. They have a same they share the same booth.
With DW
DW Fern.
So
So they're I mean they they're in business together. I mean I'm sure they're great friends. They're friends too. So and I mean guys from Acoustic Audio always friendly. We have a chat for 10, 15 minutes every time we see them, and that's pretty cool when you get to see a creator of the product that you really like.
yes, yes, it
You
just
get to
brings it
talk to
home.
them.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense. Of course, if you go to places like NAMM or AES, and that's why you go there.
hmm
You get to meet them and talk about a product you like, or you get to meet some random company that makes great product. You
yeah,
never know.
yeah, exactly.
We started our week NAMM at Indoor Expo, right? 2 days before NAMM.
hmm Which is a invite only event that showcases new manufacturers and manufacturers that we've worked with before. But every year it's just they add some new great gear and to
And it
check
gets
out.
bigger too.
Yeah, yeah, at the beautiful Hybrid Studios in Santa Ana, which is beautiful. Have a nice SSL, great rooms, multimedia rooms too. They have you can do some video in there. It's great. One of the other manufacturers we ran into was Big Joe Stomp Box Company, which is big for Dennis because he's
Yes,
the
they make
guitars.
they make amazing guitar pedals. Well built in America, of course, US, Connecticut. We went to their factory once and they're very nice people too. We had a great relationship, but also they make great products. I own that delay chorus, overdrive, flanger, and their latest fuzz pedal, Freak Show.
Yeah.
They have two different types of Freak Show. So whenever you guys have time to check them out, try them out. They affordable.
Yes.
They're not cheap, but for the quality they offer, you can be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Sometimes you
hard.
have to spend a little bit more, but
Little
I
bit more.
mean,
But get that quality and
yeah.
forget
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, you definitely keep your eye out on it and check it out.
And another manufacturer that we appreciate and we like to work with, Klotz Cables out of Germany.
Yes.
They make high end cables. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. They now this is where you will spend a nickel. We're not even gonna. Yeah. The cable world, you're gonna have to come a little bit out of the pocket. And it's a little painful at first, but then once you hear the mixes, you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
You start hearing yourself on stage all of a sudden.
Yeah. It just I use Klotz cables with Christian
On the recording.
Yeah, on my, all the live recordings and stuff, and it just
That split snake clears out the picture.
Yeah, we got a
big time.
two-way split snake for live recordings. It just is just beautiful sounding. And they just bring it. I mean, it's
But-
just one of those things that we didn't know at first. We were like, "Oh, what does a cable do?" And wow,
How
it
much can we
changed our world.
improve with
Yeah,
one cable? But how much can we improve
all cables.
all cables? And even that patch cable, you wouldn't think it would do a lot to your sound, but it sure does. And the price on 59er is $35 or $36 online. You can buy it in US, and that's cheap.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
think.
yeah.
And
That's when you get into the XLR and the quarter inch, and it depends on what they have a starred cable, so you can go from 1 star to 5 star.
5-star is very expensive.
So we have a few we have their 5-star stuff, and they just amazing.
Worth trying, and maybe consider replacing your cables with
Yes.
high-end cable.
Slowly, you don't have to do it all at once, but if you could get a couple every a year or every couple months or something, it's definitely worth putting your money into in your system. I mean, trust us as engineers. It just makes your system sound that much better. We also came across our friends from Phoenix Audio. We met them last year at NAMM as well. The owner, Robin, used to work at Rupert Neve Design, so he's bringing the best in outboard gear, period.
Moved to California.
Yeah.
Started his own business, making high-end outboard gear.
Yes. I use Phoenix Audio on Christian McBride's bass. I go straight from his bass mic to this piece of outboard gear, and that's pretty much all I need for my bass signal for his live shows. And I never have any trouble with getting his bass to sound crystal clear through any system. It's just great. It makes even systems that don't sound that well, it just boom right there.
That extra touch.
Yeah, it's the extra touch. And when you get to the level of Christian McBride, you have to have the extra touch. I mean, he's winning Grammys, for God's sake. So
you gotta bring it.
So yeah, I gotta bring it as his engineer, and this company definitely helps. I use the preamp EQ through Christian's bass, and it changed the game for me. I love it. I can fit it in my carry-on bag. That's just a couple of the amazing manufacturers. I keep using amazing, but these are just some of the places that are helping get audio to that next level. From your small apartments and stuff, like all of this stuff is affordable, and you can also fit in small setups and small racks and places that don't have that much room as well. And also to big studios that want to have extra touches and extra sounds.
Any studio needs a piece of high-end gear. No matter what.
Yes. And the stuff that we mentioned, we definitely hope that you got some value out of it. And let us know what you think, what more you want to hear from us. And stay in touch. We're going to be having more interviews with different gear and manufacturers, more music involved. This was just more of an intro and telling you what, our experience from NAMM and all of our adventures in LA and background as well.
Who we are
and
why we're doing it.
We'll have links to the manufacturers that we talked to. So look out for that and let them know that we sent you there. So, let us know. Please share with your audio buddies and let them know it's somewhere else to get more great knowledge about the audio game. Thank you for listening to the very first episode of The Art of Music Tech. I'm Fela.
And I'm Denis.
Thank you for listening and sharing, and looking forward to talking with you again. Thank you.
For more information of booking 23dB Productions, visit their website at 23dbproductions.com. Like and follow 23dB Productions at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter for the latest work.